I mean, I really hope I can be LEC. I can play LEC next year because it's what I like, or is what I feel like this is. You know, I mean, it's like yeah, it's the best league to play League of Legends, and I love playing League of Legends. So I hope I can play, but I don't know yet.
Today was the first match, and unfortunately will be the last match for GiantX in the LEC season finals. And it has been a pretty anticlimactic run for the guys, unfortunately. And I'm in the presence of Th3Antonio after this loss against G2 Esports. It was very rough for you guys. Obviously, probably not what you expected. Could you start by telling me how did you come into this match, and what were your expectations for facing off G2, and how do you feel after this defeat as well?
I mean, I guess I can say now because we are out, of course. Like, we prepared so many like cheeses and like swaps and things that, for example, I was going to play 6 AD carry and Patrick Lane in top with normally this. It's like something MDK did, you know, and we were prepared to do that. And some other things, but they then after, I don't know, I guess like we practiced things, but then it was hard to pull out some swaps and ideas, and we fucked up so many times, and they punished well. So yeah, like we did really bad today, and we were expecting actually to fight them and even like win. I mean, if I'm honest, I think we were winning today really hard, but we fucked up so bad.
Yeah, I mean, I saw the tweet as well from your assistant coach, Nicola Perez, that said that you had prepared all these picks, and it felt like they knew in advance almost like what you had, because there were picks that you even like tried out even just once in scrims and ended up getting banned out as well. Do you feel like once these compositions got figured out, you guys just like had no backup plans pretty much, and was it like a bit of a prep issue as well for you guys today against G2?
I mean, for my side, we had these things prepared, and after okay, I mean, I guess I can say everything because now it's whatever, but I should never blind pick Ornn. It's something that I don't really like, and it's not good. So I guess we got a bit, you know, like in the moment we had to improvise because we thought the other things, but at the end it happened other bad things. So I guess it's bad prep issues, yeah, 100%.
Still, I mean, obviously right now it feels very bad for you because obviously you're coming off a loss at the end of the year. But it is important to contextualize everything, because you've been with Giants for about 8 years now, and this is your first split in the LEC. Everyone counted you out. Everyone thought that GiantX would be that 10th place team going into the split. They thought that you guys would be really bad. But here you are. Even if you lost today, you are in the season finals. You managed to exceed all the expectations. And this is still a big step up because you've been so many years in the ARLs as well. So how do you reflect on this split as well? And are you still like happy overall about the fact that you got to this place? And does it make you maybe even hungrier to go past that next year as well?
I mean, yeah, when I came into the LEC, I knew more or less what I could do. You know, I mean, I was really like confident of me, or like or what I can bring to a team, because it's like you said, like I played with so many like players, like so many good players that then after they went LEC or they come from LEC. So I think I have pretty good like view of the game, and I know a lot, of course, because I shared so many like years with good players. So as well, I learned so much, and I was ready for sure. But I mean, if I have to be happy, I would say yes, but not because I think I can do much more. That, for example, this series, like for me, is a disaster. Like I look like completely clown, but like, I know for sure this is not like our level or my level. Like I can do much more, and I mean, I'm happy because yes, we made it to here, but
Yeah.
not a lot because I can do much more. So I hope I can keep. Of course, like for me, my goal is to keep playing LEC, but it's something that I don't know yet. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
And that aside as well, I hear a lot of people say that you as a player will learn much more in the LEC for just competing one split in the league rather than spending years in the ERLs as well. Would you agree with this statement? And do you feel like you've learned a lot from this split in the LEC with GiantX?
Yeah, for sure, because you get used to train every day with like top players, you know, like the best of Europe every day, and you can see so many things in lane, in like team fights, like every situation of the game. If you train every day versus the best, you will I mean, depends on each one, but for me at least, you are aware of everything, like what they do, what you should do, or yeah, like anything, like you improve much more because when you play like IRL, okay, sometimes you play versus good, I don't know, let's say top one LFL team or LVP or like Ultra League, like good team, but maybe next day you play 10th place league and I mean it's still like good scrim, but compared to like LEC that they are all teams, it's a good day of scrim, like really good practice. So yeah, you for sure learn much more.
And I mean, even though we saw you like play a lot of like Ornn and Poppy and stuff in the last few matches as well, do you feel like your identity as a player has shifted over the split as well? Because obviously you've always been known as this tank player, right? Even in your time in the aerials and stuff. But here you were talking like you were preparing all these different picks with like ADCs and stuff as well. Do you feel like your playstyle has evolved through your time in the ADC?
I mean, it's more like the same, but yeah, like if I have another chance to really see or whatever. Let's say next year competing because yeah, let's say next year competing. I really want to like I don't know how to say it. It's like I mean for this split I played pretty much the same. I think I didn't pull out any crazy pick. Like I played more or less the same. Some like damage champion like they say Kennen or Rumble, but this is for me like really common. But I want to do next step because for sure I know I can play or I can do anything. But I guess I didn't demand a lot. Say that I can or like put the effort on making other people believe. So I think it's for sure something that I want to change because it gives you more possibility, like overall, like in the game, like in draft, everything. So yeah, for this split, I think I played pretty much the same. And I mean, I'm happy because for me, League of Legends, I like to play this like engage or tank champions or like teamfight champion, let's say, because Ken and Rumble. So because I like play teamfights, like for me, you need to go Drake, Soul, or Elder, or Nashor. So at some point you will need to teamfight. And my point of view is always like AD carries or mid should get more attention than top lane because it's like how I see the game, and I like to be more in this weak side role. But I mean, I for sure can play other kind of things. Yeah.
I mean, obviously now it's still a bit too early to tell because the match just ended, right? But what do you think is, what do you think are going to be like the way you're going to tackle the upcoming off season? Like, what are going to be your plans for the next few weeks, months, etc. Like until next year, pretty much.
I mean, for sure I will rest a bit because yeah, since January I'm like non-stop playing because I started with in Superliga and then I came in the C. But yeah, I guess I will rest maybe like some weeks or something and then see what happened about the next year because I still don't know if I'm like keep playing or no. And I don't know the opportunities, but I will keep playing solo queue, maybe stream and see. I mean, I really hope I can be LEC. I can play LEC next year because it's what I like or it's what I feel like this is. I mean, it's like yeah, it's the best league to play League of Legends, and I love playing League of Legends. So I hope I can play, but I don't know yet.
Yeah, fair enough. Just last question before we close off as well. Obviously, you've been a lot of years in the ERLs, as you already said, and I just want to ask you as well because you've always been close to like all the challenges scene in a way. And do you think there's any players in particular that are currently in the ERLs that we could be seeing in the LEC next year and could be the next big talents as well?
I think, I mean, there is actually so many good players, like actually I think I answered this before, like, but in Spain, it's like there is like real players like are really good, like all of them, I mean, top two of each league or top three of each team, there are like so many good players. But I think what is the factor that make a LEC player or not, it's like I don't know how to say in English, but let's say it's like some shiny moments or like it has to be like
Clutch factor.
differential, like you have to be differential for some reason. Like let's say I don't know, like I cannot put example right now, but yeah. So there is so many good players, but I can see, for example, Caliste being like for sure like upcoming talent. I mean, in solo you can see if you play versus him and competitive. I mean, there is really good players there. Like, and actually, I tell you, like, if you put them, some of them in LEC, they will do like good. But to be like let's say the new caps of X role, it's really hard to know which one it can be because they're all really good. So it's hard to say like five. But of course, like any S10, for example, is really good for me, vitality support. In Spain, you can see, I mean, I really like Spectra, but I don't know, like, there is so many good players in RLs, I think.
All right, so that is about all the time we have today, unfortunately, for the interview. But Antonio, again, thank you for the interview and taking the time despite the loss. And hopefully we'll get to talk to you again next year for some better circumstances as well. Hopefully you'll get there. And yeah, I wish you a good night for now and talk to you again soon.